Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another reading for the second half of March 2017. And I just wanted to let you know how I'm going about the reading this time round. And as always, I will use my Vera Sibilla deck, and I'll be using this first off this time. And then I have a deck that warrants a bit of an explanation. I'll show you these cards one at a time as I tell you them. They're called the Tarot of the Mystical Spiral, and it was created by an Italian called Giovanni Pelosini, and the artwork is by a man called Giuseppe Palumbo, and the notion, the thread, the theme of the spiral is really something that that talks about nature. It goes through nature in all forms, from the macrocosm of the galaxies to the microcosm of our DNA, and the entire energy of the universe acts in helicoidal motion in some way. And of course, these laws are not really fully understood, as far as I understand myself, as far as I know, because what we usually remember and think of when we talk about and imagine the spiral, these are notions that have mystified alchemists, scientists, artists, mystics, and the traditions and myths in any continent talk about in some way or another the spiral, and in a symbolic language, in a semiotic way. And even in the mystical traditions, the great mystical traditions and esoteric mystical traditions of the West and the East, is inspired by the spiral. So come with me, and let's use this initiatory deck. This is an initiatory deck. It's the symbolism shows us, it talks about, it tells us about a path of initiation, and it invites us to make a quantum leap in our consciousness, and to go there among the sage, the wise men, and understand the secrets behind Gothic cathedrals, or invites us to dance with the dervishes, or the Maoris, and meditate with the yogi, or even go travel with the Vikings, and dragons, unicorns, and sphinxes, and minotaurs, with archangels, the Knights of the Templars, and try to find out the ancient the secrets of humanity and of life itself. So come with me, and we'll use this deck to clarify. And every time I pull the cards, I'll say what the card specifically means in this deck, and try to see if we can get clarification using that. So off we go to those readings, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Scorpio. This is Christelle Martinette, and it's your turn now, and I'll concentrate my best to see if I can get some messages for you for the second half of March. Let's see what's coming up for Scorpio for the second half of March. Let's see what's coming up for Scorpio for the second half of March. Well, we have a lot of people crying over spilt milk, or actions not taken, or lessons that are learned with much difficulty in any case. And I would like to say that there will be talk with a loved one the second half of March, and the talk will evolve around sex, definitely, and the passion. What I mean by sex is that it will be that drive that will bring you to speak to this person, a person with a child, a person who has a child, or children could be separated, but it will be someone who has children comes up, and it will be a very positive moment to do that, Scorpio, because you've come to the conclusion that it's only through the meeting, through meeting them, amore and riunione, love and meeting, you've come to that notion that it's through meeting them that you, as l'amante, the male lover, but could be a female, artista, the artist, is a letterato, this is a scientist, these are people who think in as part of their everyday life and work. It is only through that that you can then embody the image of someone who can give love. They bring it out to you, in you, and this is your hopes, okay? And now, what's interesting to see is that I'm not sure if this is, I'm going to take those mystical tarot, the spiral tarot, on this area, because the last three cards are the Dottore, Belvedere, and Ladro, which is a change. But sometimes it could be a negative change, but since these two can speak of negative situations, they usually cancel each other out, and the ending message is one of positivity. It will turn around, the situation will turn around when you meet, conversazione, and communicate with that loved one. So now we have a couple here. And they are looking at each other, even if they are not on the same level, this row and this row. They are looking at each other and facing, they're closer, let's say, they're closer. Let's see what the spiral tarot can add. Let's see what the spiral tarot can add. Two decks, two here. I have the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Seven of Cups here is a person who is between a situation, could be a work situation. This is a, excuse me, this is a difficult situation, nonetheless occupied. And the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel is the fable where we that are condemned to speaking different languages, and the ending here is the idea that that is the issue, you know, speaking two different languages. Even if you are using the same language, you don't speak the same tongue. And the five of Pentacles here is a card that talks about the the ring of Moebius. This is the ring of Moebius, and represents the figure of the helix again. I am trying to see whether it will come about or not. Now, I'm going to take the Neapolitan cards here because there's some uncertainty. The jury's still out, it seems. There's no decision. It doesn't seem, Scorpio, that you have made any decision to go forward. And you're still between, you know, the devil in the black, the deep blue sea, the devil in the deep blue sea, as that goes. And the saying goes. But all the cards are really pointing you in a direction that seems to be very positive should you decide to face that person. But you may be wanting to continue your hiding. And as the, unfortunately, as the ring of Moebius tells us, it's a never-ending story. It's a never-ending story. You will be in this same position unless you break out of the ring here and take a different decision. That's what karma is all about. Karma is taking different decisions. The decisions you make are your karma. You keep having the same reactions and the same things happening to you, then you need to change what you do. I'm going to take 3 Neapolitan cards on this. Okay, now there are, of course, the decisions to make, and the decisions seem, this is the King of Wands, and the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is the last of the cards in these, in the 40 card Neapolitan deck, and Every now and then my camera shuts off. I was saying there are 40 cards in this deck now, and the 7 is the last of the Pentacles. There is a decision to make, and this King of Wands is actually another person, and it's a person that's standing between you or your decision to go forward in the meeting and the possibility of success. Now, this person conditions you in some way, but the decisions and the confrontation, really, this too, concerns, yes, a highly spiritual, emotional state that you will face when you come into contact with this person. But it also represents your state of self-assurance, your foundation, your very core, your soul. This person is standing between you going forward and becoming even more self-secured. And the problem here is that, and it seems to be very clear, is that you're not about to extend yourself unless you really are truly sure that it will have a positive effect. And it's quite interesting, this. I'm going to take the runes to see what they can add. First time I used the Neapolitan cards, and the first time that I didn't highlight any other areas of the spread because they were so clear, the other areas. Now, okay, now we're having to reason in terms of what you see, because I get here that what you're seeing may correspond to your truth of the situation. But Scorpio, if I may, it seems that your vision of the story may be tainted for many reasons, for your experiences in the past with that person or with other people, your general experience, but it may be tainted also by issues that concern some kind of erratic behavior that you have. I see some form of erratic behavior, a kind of back and forth and uncertainty. And when you are not certain, you prefer not moving forward. And so what I'm seeing is that things will not be that smooth in the second half of March for you, and chances are that you will not go to the confrontation. I have here, however, I have to say that over the male lover, l'amante male, I have this transformational diag. And in order for you to become that transformation, to be able to transform into the lover, you need the confrontation. You need the meeting. Now, I clearly have the message that Rido, Merkstave here, is over the married person that many of you will need confrontation with, as not going forward. Okay, Rido, Merkstave is telling us you will not do that. But the key, and this is ultimately one of the greatest messages of this spread, the key is that lightness of being. The key is the passion. The key that should move you forward is the passion you feel for that person, the desire that you feel for that person. Really listen to that, because that is the greatest message of love that can come to you. Now, there's also a message of care. I have Ing over the dottore, that talks about having the not patience, but the actual care, taking care to invest in your joy, in your personal joy. If, Scorpio, I can give you a message that these cards and these runes are saying out loud, is that follow things that give you pleasure. Do things that give you pleasure. And if giving pleasure to you means going face to face with that person, do it. Now, there's also tier that is positive. There's an outcome. There's a positive outcome in conversation. Okay, we have this situation. the conversation is needed perhaps as a secondary choice. They're saying you can even get a positive outcome for yourself. In the situation may not go forward that much, but you will have some respite in your mind if you at least converse with that person. I hope this was of help, Scorpio friends. Namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye.